This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Ever dreamt of owning a Rolex but balked at the wait times? You are not alone. If you have ever considered getting a Rolex, you have probably encountered the infamous waiting list at Rolex dealers. Essentially, this list is where people put their names down when the Rolex they want is not available in the store, which is pretty standard. However, here is the catch. Being on this list does not guarantee you will ever get the watch you desire. It is like hoping to win the lottery. Exciting, but it is not wise to count on it too much. Just because you are on the list does not mean you are next in line. You might end up waiting for years without any real chance of getting the model you are after. It is similar to waiting for a perpetually delayed flight at the airport. So, before you get swept up in the Rolex craze, it is smart to understand how this waiting list process works. In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we delve into the insights of a Rolex Authorized dealer, revealing the waitlist durations for 5 popular Rolex models. We will discover how long you might be waiting to clasp that coveted timepiece on your wrist, examining the typical waiting times for some of the most sought-after Rolex models. If you have yet to subscribe to our channel, we encourage you to do so to stay updated on our future videos. Rolex Daytona. Starting with the Rolex Daytona, the watch falls somewhere between the second and third hardest to acquire. The Rolex Daytona is one of the most sought-after Rolex models, and wait times can reflect that. Depending on the specific variation in the dealer's inventory, you could be waiting anywhere from 6 months to several years to get your first-hand this iconic timepiece. Take, for instance, the yellow gold version with a green dial, also known as a John Mayer Daytona. For newcomers, it is like chasing a mythical creature. You might wait over 3 years if you are lucky. Now, if you are eyeing the steel Rolex Daytona Panda, particularly the one with a white dial and black subdials, patience is crucial. You're looking at a wait of about 1.5 to 3 years, as dealers only receive about 10 of these annually. Interestingly, this is the same wait time you would face for the white gold reference 116509 or any of the Oyster Flex models from this iconic line. If you are not set on a specific model and just want to get into the Daytona scene, the gold and steel versions could be your best bet. These have a shorter waiting list, typically ranging from 6 months to a year and a half. It is almost like choosing the express lane, except for way more stylish. Rolex Submariner. If you are searching for a Rolex Submariner without a date display, you might have an easier time finding one. The Rolex Submariner is another highly coveted timepiece, and wait times can vary depending on the specific model and dealer inventory. While some variations, like the classic black Submariner or Submariner date, might be attainable within a few months to a year, particularly popular models like the Rolex Submariner Hulk with its green ceramic bezel can see wait times stretching up to 3 years or more. Typically, most shoppers prefer the version with a date, so retailers usually stock around 10 to 20 of the no-date models each year, depending on their size. This can mean a wait of up to 6 months, but occasionally you stumble upon one ready to go. Now, if you have your eye on the steel Submariner date, like the popular reference 126610LN, they produce more of these, but they also sell out faster, similar to the favorite snacks at a party. Typically, the wait time for these trendier pieces, like the Rolex Submariner Hulk, Starbucks, or Bluesy in steel or mixed with yellow gold, ranges from 3 to 6 months. Brace yourself for a longer wait if you are after one of the luxury versions in white or yellow gold, because these can take up to 3 years to find their way to your collection due to their rarity and high demand. Rolex GMT Master 2. It is rare to find a watch enthusiast who has not dreamed of adding a Rolex GMT Master 2 to their collection. These watches first appeared in 1954 and are now powered by the impressive caliber 3285 movement. They come in a range of styles that differ widely in production numbers, popularity, and waiting times. Take the Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi, for example. This iconic steel watch with its striking blue and red bezel is produced and shipped out to lucky buyers about 12 to 25 times a year. You might even get your direct one within 18 months, even if you are new to collecting. The all-gold root beer version, with its sophisticated brown and black bezel, sees fewer units but is not as fiercely sought after, keeping wait times reasonable. If you are leaning towards something a bit flashier, the bicolor root beer reduces your wait to just about a year. The Batman model, with its distinctive blue and black bezel, follows the same timeline. However, if you are longing for the white gold Pepsi, brace yourself. With only 1 or 2 pieces reaching dealers annually, you're looking at over 3 years of waiting. And if you are dreaming of the Ultra Air Pepsi with a meteorite dial, well, that is like waiting for a comet to pass by. Some dealers only encounter it once in a blue moon. Opting for this model in exquisite white gold means you're in for a marathon wait of 5 years or more. So, You might want to get comfortable and perhaps make friends with your local dealer. Rolex Datejust. The Rolex Datejust offers a refreshing contrast to the long wait times associated with some other Rolex models. Due to its classic and elegant design, the Datejust generally experiences shorter wait times compared to highly sought-after sports models. However, if you are not too particular and want a Rolex on your wrist quickly, the 31mm Datejust is the way to go. Women mainly wear it and is not in high demand, so you can often pick one up without any wait at all. Moving up to the 36mm Datejust, which is more popular, you can expect to get your direct one within a few weeks to 6 months, depending on the mix of materials and bezel style you choose. Now, for the big leagues, the 41mm Datejust is the go-to choice. Despite its popularity, retailers usually keep the wait under 6 months because they receive up to 60 of these per year. It is like they are baking cookies, and the 41mm is the batch everyone wants a piece of. And here is some good news. You do not need to have a long-standing relationship with the retailer to snag a Datejust, so it is pretty much an open party. Just make sure not to show up wearing a competitor's watch. Rolex Yachtmaster. Shifting focus to the Rolex Yachtmaster, these watches almost make you feel like the waiting lists are taking a vacation compared to the frenzy for a Submariner, Datejust, or GMT Master. The 37mm versions, with bicolor steel, rose gold, or bicolor, are even more under the radar. The Rolex Yachtmaster strikes a balance between sporty and sophisticated, making it the popular choice. However, unlike some of its sportier siblings, the wait time for a Yachtmaster can be more manageable. Retailers might have just 5 of each reference, but since they are not exactly crowd favorites, you often will not wait more than 6 months. Sometimes, if luck is on your side, you could walk into a store and walk out with one immediately, especially as a new customer. Now, about those 40mm Yachtmasters, they are a bit more in demand compared to the 37mm, but still nowhere near the frenzy for a Submariner. On average, expect to wait about 6 to 12 months. The good news is, whether you are leaning towards steel or rose gold, retailers are usually quite welcoming to newcomers without a lengthy purchase history. Rolex Oyster Perpetual. If you are in search of a Rolex that is budget-friendly, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual often comes up as a wise choice. Depending on the size and specific design, these are some of the more affordable options in the Rolex family. For instance, the 36mm Oyster Perpetual is not widely available. Retailers usually receive between 5 and 10 of them each year. It is less popular than its larger counterpart, the 41mm version. So, if you have your eye on the 36mm, you could potentially get one in about 6 to 12 months. Just a heads up, though, if you are looking for one with a Tiffany blue dial, it is like trying to get a ticket to a sold-out show. While the exact waitlist time for a Rolex can be elusive, understanding the factors at play can give you a better idea. In general, highly sought-after models like the Daytona or certain GMT Master 2 variations can have you waiting anywhere from 6 months to several years. Less popular models or classic dress watches like the Datejust might be readily available, with wait times ranging from a few weeks to a few months, especially for smaller sizes. The waitlist also depends on the dealer's current inventory and your relationship with them. Building a rapport with an authorized dealer can put you ahead of the curve when your desired Rolex arrives. What are your thoughts on the Rolex watches with the waitlist time we shared in this video? If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Thank you for watching The Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.